This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Thursday, September 25th. Sunny and not quite as humid today with a high of 85. Clear skies tonight with an overnight low of 65. Here are today's headlines. Investigators say the words anti-ICE were written on an unspent round found Wednesday at the scene of a shooting that killed a detainee and wounded two others at a Dallas ICE facility. Joseph Rothrock, the FBI agent in charge of the Dallas field office, said the gunfire is being investigated as an act of targeted violence. Homeland Security officials confirmed 3 detainees were shot. One died at the scene, while the remaining 2 victims were hospitalized in critical condition. Their identities were not released. ICE said in a post on social media that the detainees were shot while inside a transport van. The Mexican Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirmed to the Dallas Morning News that one of the people who suffered serious injuries is a Mexican national. Department officials said they have contacted his family to provide them with support and legal advice. Dozens of law enforcement officers descended about 6:40 a.m. on the building in the 8100 block of North Stemmons Freeway in the Stemmons Corridor. Police also swarmed an adjacent building that houses the practice of an immigration lawyer. Investigators believe the shooter opened fire from the roof, a yellow structure equipped with an exterior staircase. A door on the outside of the 3rd floor remained open. The Dallas ICE field office is used for migrants to check in with ICE agents and hold migrants who have been arrested until they can be sent to long-term detention centers across the country. Migrants picked up by ICE at local jails are also first transferred to the field office to be processed. Buses in the mornings typically are transporting Mexican nationals to the border to be deported. In other news, celebrity television psychologist Phil McGraw began testifying Tuesday in the weeks-long hearing over whether he filed for bankruptcy for his Fort Worth-based Merritt Street Media in bad faith. The hearing started last week on Trinity Broadcasting Network's motion to dismiss. Professional bull riders, whose contest was broadcast on the network, claims Merritt Street owes it $181 million for breach of contract. PBR has asked the court to convert the bankruptcy to a Chapter 7 rather than a Chapter 11. McGraw launched Merritt Street Media Television Network in April of last year, a year after he ended his 2-decade run of Dr. Phil on CBS. Merritt Street filed for bankruptcy in July. Merritt has accused Trinity and its affiliate TCT Ministries of failing to fulfill their obligations under the 2023 agreement that established Merritt Street. Merritt alleges Trinity violated the agreement by charging for production services, not covering distribution costs, and delivering a shoddy production work. According to its bankruptcy filing, Merritt has between $100 million and $500 million in assets, but has liabilities in the same range. The past several days featured testimony from the chairman of TBN and employees of Merritt Street over when the decision to file for bankruptcy was made, who made the decision, and about the transition from Merritt Street Media to Envoy. Next up, the family of one of the 67 people killed when an airliner collided with an Army helicopter over Washington, D.C., sued the government and the airlines involved on Wednesday. Other families are expected to join this first lawsuit that seeks to hold the Federal Aviation Administration, the Army, Fort Worth-based American Airlines, and its regional partner, PSA Airlines, accountable for the deadliest U.S. plane crash since 2001. PSA Airlines operated Flight 5342 that crashed January 29th. The widow of Casey Crafton from Connecticut, who is raising 3 young boys without her husband, filed the lawsuit. Her lawyers also represent the majority of the families of people who died in the crash. The NTSB has already highlighted a long list of things that likely contributed to the crash, although the final report identifying the cause will not be ready until next year. The Black Hawk helicopter was flying well above the 200-foot limit, but even if it had been at the correct altitude, the route it was flying provided a scant 75 feet of separation between helicopters and planes landing on Ronald Reagan International Airport's secondary runway. The helicopter's altimeter may have provided faulty readings. And the winning bid for a viral South Lake estate topped $14.2 million. Concierge Auctions announced Friday that a sale is pending for the 31,000 square foot home at 1469 Sunshine Lane, following a live auction at the Upper House in Hong Kong. 4 bidders competed to buy the nearly 4-acre property. When closed, the transaction will mark the highest record sale in South Lake since 2023. A sale is declared pending by Concierge Auctions when a winning bidder emerges and a non-refundable deposit is made. The firm provided no additional information on the buyer. The transaction has yet to be recorded in Tarrant County deed records. Starting bids for the home were expected to range up to $15 million. The property was originally listed in August of last year with an asking price of $27.5 million. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.